absolute favorite of the journey and the outcome was being able to be a keynote speaker for a women's entrepreneurial group just shortly before the book was published. There was 150 women in the room, and being the keynote and then taking that talk and converting about $30,000 worth of business from that single talk. That was a dream of mine, to be on stage speaking to a ballroom full of, hundreds of women. And that happened as a part of my book journey. I always knew that I would be an author, even from when I was a little girl. I was the little girl who was making up stories and illustrating them on loose leaf paper and using those brass little split pins. Remember those? I guess they still exist, to put the pages of the together and make it into a book. So I always knew that I would be an author. I just didn't know how. I connected with a colleague of mine, Terry McDougall, and she talked to me about how she had written a book, and she talked so much about Professor Custer and his program. And she connected me with Eric that very same day. A few days later, I got on the phone with him, and it was like the train was leaving the station and the book was happening whether I was ready or not. My editors were just great in asking questions that got me to probe deeper, got me to be able to tell my gremlin Rachel to shut up and sit down. I got this. And really that, coupled with the writing style recommendations and the tips and the training around the writing process, I feel like I've become a better writer, a better storyteller. The writing process was richer versus when I initially started this. When I had awareness about the dynamic that was going on between me and the menace of my mind, the critiquing didn't feel like a critique. In fact, it actually was rewarding and felt more collaborative. I can embrace it from that perspective, especially with my developmental editor. I could never have imagined how much deeper and richer weekly. I was very diligent and made sure that I had a standing appointment with my developmental editor every single week. We recorded those calls, and that to me was pivotal, and especially with my editors believing in me and the work product that I was putting together, even on those days that I didn't believe in myself. Overall, it was a great journey. It was a great learning experience for me as a writer, as an author, and certainly as a woman business owner. Part of the journey and what New Degree Press and the Book Creators Program teaches us on how to start talking about and marketing the book prior to publication. And having gone through that process, I was able to know that not only did I want the book to be a calling card to help me get speaking gigs, but I also wanted it to be a lead magnet to help get people and potential clients into my world